Hey, this is Matt once again. What about to another video? There's another paid request, this time for Broad Stipe. Thank you so much for that, and for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, topics, reactions, reviews, re-reviews, randomness, out of the blueness, whatever it may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, this is for Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, which some sites say 2010, some say 2011. So I'm not sure what year I'll put on the title. This is a film I've always enjoyed. Always enjoyed it, always liked it, always thought it was a fairly underrated film. That when I look at a lot of films today and I complain about them and people go, well, what can you do? This film did something that was rather creative, with very likable characters. And it took something you've seen a dozen upon dozen times and gave it such a nice twist that made it feel more unique and more, dare I say, original. What if a lot of these films, the hillbillies are the villains, or they're evil, or they're mutated, or they seem like sickos, psychos? What if they're actually the good guys? They're two very likable, loving, warm-hearted guys that because of judging before you know what's going on, look at just appearances. Hell, I mean, you can almost make a case of cancel culture. Whatever the case may be, in a way, I think this is ahead of its time on that front. And about how don't judge a book by its cover, and communication, how important of a thing that is. And you have two extremely likable people in Tyler Labine and Alan Tudyk, who are characters Tucker and Dale. Now, pretty much what happens is Tucker, played by Alan Tudyk, Dale, played by Tyler Labine. It seems like should be cautious of them. You have these college students that after a little opening, we start off the movie with them. And they're the unlikable college kids, something you've seen in a lot of these movies. And then they see these guys at a gas station, and oh, okay, they're leery of these hillbillies. But then when we actually have the camera focusing on these guys, they're just two decent individuals that just go into their fixer-upper vacation home. And yeah, Alan Tudyk trying to get to Tyler Labine, say, hey, yo, go talk to that lady. Oh, no, I can't do that. I'm not good with ladies. Come on, you're a good-looking man, more or less. And the thing about the movie, after spout other pieces of dialogue, which I probably will, what makes the film work, as well as it being creative, different twist on events, making the college kids, the guys who we always think are unlikable assholes, they are the evil, they are the villains. And it's just refreshing to make the non-G2 badly acted. Usually it's the G2 badly acted people that are front and center. You know, why the hell is that person as the lead? Why are these characters? It would be like if the characters in Chainsaw Massacre 2022, like all these dumb characters we talk about in these slasher films, like the characters in Halloween Kills. Chainsaw Massacre 2022 actually works the best. These people that are up their own ass and they're so completely stupid. And then they become villains, and then they get killed by their own stupidity. But such, not only assumptions, but just the way they accidentally keep killing themselves. And just the amount of convenience that I think in this movie actually works well. A lot of times I can drive someone, including me, mad and crazy about, but I think it works very well due to these circumstances. About how just miscommunication can really be a death toll on people. And again, it helps that you have these two likable guys, sweet, innocent people. Like, Dale tries to talk to them, and Tucker said, okay, whatever you do, if you can't think of it, just laugh. And so he's nervous, he's laughing, and he just happens to be holding this thing, and they're freaked out by it. And then he's dejected. They hate my face! And this series of sad circumstances, crazy conveniences that just pile up one on top of the other and on top of the other. And the chemistry between the two leads are exceptional. The fact that this film wasn't really released much in the theaters, and it did nothing. And that's just sad. You know, this is a film that has a lot of merit to it. The stories that fix her upper, they're just fixing it up. Kids are partying over there. A lady, she gets hurt. They help her so she doesn't drown. And the college kids just assume, based on appearances, that, well, they must be killers and they must be psychos and they must have kidnapped her. And they're going to try to kill our lead characters. And again, they're so stupid and inept, they keep killing themselves. This is like the stuff you would see in these new films, like Halloween Kills and Chainsaw Massacre 2022. But they're actually taking themselves seriously, and they make you think that they are the good guys. Halloween Kills, the woman that Michael Myers kind of makes her shoot herself. There's literally a scene in this movie where a guy doesn't know how to do it, and Dale unfortunately says, oh, wait, there's a safety. Oh, why'd you tell him that? And so the guy, huh? And then accidentally shoots himself. You gotta watch what you're doing! And in a way, it shows just how dumb some of these younger kids are getting, and sadly they've gotten dumber since this. But the fact that this just never got a sequel is just sad to me. Upon countless the sequels to Chainsaw Massacre and Halloween, and, you know, not even talking about horror. I'll stay with horror. Leprechaun. We got, what, 7 Leprechaun movies? Or more, probably, more. How many Hellraiser films do we have? 10 or so Hellraiser films? But we can't get one more Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. Just sad. It's just, you know, movies that try to be more than the sum of their parts, that try to do something a bit more unique, or try to go a little bit more distance, like The Final Girls and this movie and Willy's Wonderland. They get lost in the shuffle and they get dumped away, and make room for the new Scream film. A Hellraiser reboot. A Firestarter remake that wasn't needed and looked like garbage, and I wasn't even a big on the original, but this one looked more garbage, and people said it's garbage. So let's keep doing that. Just how it is. I remember back in the day talking about the film, and I'm a nobody, so not like I was able to help matters. And the death scenes are fun. I mean, one kid, in the spoilers, one kid accidentally jumps into a wood chipper because he's trying to get Tucker, and the Tucker moved out of the way because the noise, he can't hear who's behind him. When he moved out of the way, the kid jumped and is in the wood chipper. One idiot tries to attack Dale, but then he trips and impales himself. Tucker gets bees on him and he can't see, he's just running. And so the kid runs, and then he accidentally impales himself while he's running away. He's not looking where the hell he's going. And it just keeps going on top of each other, And in the midst of it, you get kind of a sweet little love story, where Dale is up front going, there's no way someone like me would ever deal with you, and I just knew if I ever talked to someone would die. so we would get killed. But he's like, if you see your friends, tell them I never wanted to hurt anybody. This is how you develop likable characters. And it's a fairly funny film. I don't want to give them all away for those who haven't seen it. There's some bits with Wee Whacker and fire and alcohol not mixing, and there's a alright little fight at the end. I wish there was a bit more development in the fight. There's a fight between Dale and a college kid, and a chainsaw is involved. I don't know if it's the choreography, I don't know if it's just the director, maybe a bit, like if that fight, even if it's reminiscent of Motel Hell, and maybe have a chainsaw versus chainsaw fight. I think that would have been cool, and I don't know, maybe a little bit of just the camera, or a little bit more distinct with the camera work, or maybe a bit more. It felt like it was a fight that seemed rushed, and maybe a bit more, but at the same time, there's a time limit involving something, so that's why they couldn't have a long fight. So I kind of wish this super spoilers. The girl gets caught. She's tied up to this log. She's going to be sawed. And he's got to get to her and save her. But he does a move where he lets her go and then have like a bit more of an extensive back and forth fight. That is one of the few nitpicks I have. Also, there's a point where Dale, he's driving and he's clearly not looking. And it's just very, even for him, it's very stupid. Not only that, the green screen. He's driving a car, and we see it through here, at the front of this not that good looking green screen, and they get into a crash where Dale's not looking. That I thought maybe there could have been a different way, like maybe college kid throwing something, it hits the windshield and they crash, or something to that effect. I also do wish Tucker. Like, Dale has the fight. I wish Tucker had a bit something more to do at the end. Because it says Tucker and Dale versus evil. So I wish it was the both of them helping each other in the finale. So there's little nitpicks I had with it. But overall, it was refreshing. And I didn't realize the director is the son of Sally Field. For what I understand, Sally Field, the actress, worked with Burt Reynolds and Smokey and the Bandit, they did Hooper, Sally Field, actress that, what was it, she won the award and she's like, you love me, you really love me. I did not realize this director was the son of Sally Field, but Sally, he didn't direct a whole lot, he only directed one or two more movies after this, so that's too bad. I'm flustered because, again, people sometimes wonder why I get so heated at stuff. Because I love movies. I'm passionate about movies. I love watching movies. And I want, in my own subjective opinion-based way, I want to see better movies. Or in my eyes, are considered, in my opinion, better movies. And I want to see more movies like Tucker and Dale. I'm not saying to copy the premise. I'm saying that they take something and it's a refreshing twist. The Final Girls. Let's do a slasher, but it's a little bit of comedic and a little bit less actually hero plotline-wise to it. But Sally is just one of those things that a lot of times when those happen, like a Malignant, like a Tucker and Dale, Jeb Burt's Monster Slayer, that's another one that was pretty decent, they do nothing. As much as I want to talk about the movies, no, they do nothing, and they don't get any release that garners a lot of attention or success. And instead we get the multitude of Saw sequels and Scream sequels and Halloween sequels, Chainsaw Master sequels, or another reboot, or that's only going to horror films. That's going to not going to other genres. So I like this refreshing look at it. I like how sweet, innocent, and how these two actors worked so well together. I bought them as people that knew each other for a long time. I like their interactions with each other, which I don't want to give them all away in this for those who haven't seen the film. It's definitely worth a look. I like the actress who's sort of the one college kid who is actually got some common sense and smarts and becomes a love interest to Dale's character. I like the smarmy, unlikable college kids are actually incorporated to be the villains and to be stupid. Again, the thing that we knocked in so many of these new films is like this movie predicted like these would be some really stupid people. Yeah, make them the villains. Make these other people the heroes. Again, that was so refreshing. And again, maybe some people with the, oh, come on, wow, that's luck that just happened at the right time, at the right moment, and that was really convenient. That might put people off or get people annoyed, but once, like, that's kind of one of the points of the movie, and once it kind of tells you up front that's what it is, I'm a bit more lenient and willing to accept it. And also because it's entertaining in this case. In this case, it was entertaining. It was fairly well done. I don't think you needed the very, very opening of the film, like the first minute or two. I don't think that was needed. I don't think that really... I think that could have been chopped off. The very, very beginning, where it's these news reporters, and to me, it didn't serve anything. I mean, that's something I'm surprised it wasn't left for the end of the film, but I just don't think it was needed. That's just my opinion. Plus, in a way, when you go look at the guy, you can tell who it is, so it kind of gives it away. Like, to me, it's just... I just don't really get why they put that at the opening of the film. The idea it kind of gives away... Just even from the face, I could kind of tell who that is, and now I know what's going to happen to them sooner or later. So I just don't think it was needed. But little nitpicks aside, like I said, Alan Tudyk, Tyler Labine, like, okay, they're talking about, well, what should we do? We should call the cops. Call the cops. What are we going to tell them, Dale? Oh, hello, officer. We had a doozy of a day. We were just fixing our house, and these kids just, I don't know, had some maybe suicide pact or something. They just started killing themselves. Is that what you want to tell them, Dale? And again, the way they deliver their dialogue, it was a great team that I wish could have seen another movie or even like a trilogy of films. And I'm one of those guys nowadays, I'm like, I don't want to see a sequel. If there's a sequel 2-3 years after this, I think it would have been wonderful to see. But sadly, that's just not the case. And again, instead we need Feeders 3, which is coming out. We need a Feeders 3. So we'll see you guys later. Take care. If you've never seen it, it's underrated. I think it's worth checking out, especially if you've been burned by some of these crappy slasher films. You want to see a entertaining, creative, different adventure of that. Tucker and Dale vs. Evil is high. I definitely recommend it. So, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. I wish we could see more movies like this, but sadly, that's not in the cards. And one of the reasons why movies suck nowadays. Later.